Hello there, let's go ahead and get into your daily message. What does the person, the wonderful soul watching right now, need to know, please, Spirit, for their day ahead, their daily message? We have here Six of Vessels, Six of Cups, and the Apprentice of Vessels, or Page of Cups. So you guys are learning something new today, but there also is this sense of nostalgia. And it's very interesting because this combination of the Six of Cups, nostalgia, and then this little depiction here, I'm going back to my pottery class in high school. And I actually, it's funny, I took a college pottery class before I actually took a high school pottery class, because at my high school we were allowed to do college classes for credits, and I was obsessed. I loved pottery. I loved throwing clay on that wheel and just seeing what I could create. So you guys might just be in this inspired phase of, that page energy is just this beginning, more innocent and childlike energy, but also tuning into the nostalgia of the past. Maybe you're missing a friend from high school or a class from high school that you took that just really lit you up and felt really good. And that experience in high school pottery and college in high school pottery really inspired me. And in my book, my young adult spiritual / paranormal 4-part series and 2 companion novel book, in book 1, my main character is in a pottery class, and she just has so much fun with this one friend of hers in the class, and it just brings me the feels and the love. And you might be watching a movie or reading a book that means something to you, or it just feels nostalgic to you in some way. My book is set in the 90s, by the way, so it's already got nostalgia, and I'm here for it. So you guys just might be all up on the 90s nostalgia if you were a 90s kid. I was an 80s / 90s kid, graduating in the year 2000. But whenever you graduated and before that, you guys just might really be tuning into that energy, or hearing from a friend from that time, or reminiscing about that time, watching movies, finding photos from that time, or messages. It's a very nostalgic day, but it's also a day of good news. So you might be hearing, this combination right here would say you would hear something from a friend maybe from that time that you haven't heard from in a very long time. But let's see, outside of that very specific message, anything else Spirit has for today. And after we get a couple tea leaf oracles, we're also going to tune in and get you a pendulum yes no question. All right, so what do we need to know? The wonderful soul watching today, what else do they need to know or be aware of today? We have Eagle, triumph over trouble and obstacles. So yeah, maybe even just tuning in or taking a day to just be a little more nostalgic or carefree, do something artistic, do something creative, can really put things in perspective for you. That eagle eye view, flying above the issues and triumphing over the troubles and obstacles. Or as I like to call troubles, problems, and obstacles, I like to call them opportunities for growth. It just makes them feel not so drastic and dire. To me, instead, it feels more like trying to overcome a level in a video game than like, oh my gosh, this again, I gotta deal with this crap. It just shifts your energy. And we also have success. So there's some success, and you have the word success and the word triumph here. So you really are being successful about something. Maybe something that you guys have even tried to do in the past, it didn't work out, but now you're starting to gain momentum or see success with something from your past. What else? This one as well. Casket, someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. So to me, this really does read as past energy for sure, but that end of the situation is you're triumphing over the problems. You're putting the problems, or the obstacles for growth, as I call them, to rest. You're having success in putting those issues, those difficulties, those problems to rest. I'm going to make the thumbnail right after this, so I figured I'd move these down, make them look pretty. But yeah, you guys you're doing it. You're doing something that feels like a breath of fresh air with success. It's very funny because I read success and I looked over here and I almost wanted to say career. So some of you might have recently lost a career or stepped away from a career, or something like a dynamic within your career that felt like a big loss to you. But this actually is acting as that fertilizer for the new growth, that very death card energy, the death and rebirth. It's acting as the fertilizer for this new endeavor, this new project from which you are to create from the ground up. And one example of that is me literally creating this channel because my other one was basically on its deathbed, and I was the one decided to pull the plug on it and allow it to do what it needs to do. I'm not saying I'm completely finished over there, but as far as the pick a card and all of that type of energy. I needed to keep it alive. I needed to keep it moving, keep it going, because I knew these messages were so important to at least one person. If there was just one person out there getting benefit from the message, I couldn't just allow it to die a slow, agonizing death over on my other channel. So I just decided to spring something new. Okay, let's go ahead and get a message from your guides, your inner guidance system on your question at hand. If you have not thought of a question yet, please pause the video. We're gonna attune to the energy of this pendulum, but figure out what your question is. Have a yes, no answer, or possibly maybe. Sometimes we get a maybe. So we will ask the pendulum now to please show us a yes. Very slowly getting, and I hope you guys, I'm just realizing now, probably on the other the other daily video I filmed, you guys probably couldn't even see that. My apologies. I'll try to hold my hand out of the way. Okay, so show us a yes, please. And show us a no. Can you give us the answer to the person watching now's question? It's very interesting. It's kind of giving me a weird side to side, which is not a yes and not a no. So it's a maybe. And I think the reason it's a maybe is because it definitely is a yes for some of you and definitely is a no for others of you, but it doesn't want to confuse the energy of it. So today was probably not the best day to do the pendulum, but please tune into your intuition, because I think you already know the answer. That's what this is really telling me. So it's a maybe for now. But it's a definite yes for some of you and a definite no for others of you. Just please use your own intuition. It's basically, I'm feeling like if you want the answer to be yes, you're getting the yes. If you want the answer to be no, you're getting a no. If you wanted the answer to be yes, and it's not a no, okay? If you wanted the answer to be no, it's not a yes. So take that as you will. All right, that was your message for the day. Sorry for the confusion at the end, but sometimes, you know, I never know what energies are going to show up to this video through the lifetime of the video. So sometimes it's very clear cut and very succinctly one answer or another. Other times it's kind of muddled, and today was one of those days, so my apologies, but use your intuition, because I think you already know. You don't need me, you don't need my pendulum, you know. All right, you guys, that was it for today. I hope to see you next time. Bye.